When I was 18, I left for uni and went to live on my own, armed with zero cooking skills. At first, I survived on instant noodles and microwavable food. But after a week, I realized that I couldn't live like that. And so, I embarked on my journey to become the ultimate self-taught chef! And here we are 5 years later, and I'm still awful at cooking. Except, I do know how to cook this one dish pretty alright. Black pepper beef with green peppers. So today, I'll show you that if I've managed to learn this with minimal skill, then you can do it too. Hey guys, I'm Ben. Today I'm going to show you how to make my very easy, but also very inauthentic, black pepper beef. First things first, we can prepare our ingredients. I usually use 1 green pepper, 1 red pepper, half an onion, some ginger, bird's eye chilies, and a stalk of scallions. We're also going to need some cornstarch, sesame oil, Shaoxing rice wine, some oyster sauce, and some soy sauce, and some black pepper. If you have some bicarbonate soda, that will also be handy for tenderizing the beef later. So let's start by washing our peppers and cutting them into strips, removing the seeds while we do so. Take your onion, we only need half, and cut it into thin strips. I've cut them into thin strips, but if you prefer, you could also cut them into cubes for a different texture. We then chop our scallions into 1-inch pieces. Chop a couple slices of ginger. I've gone with 4 here, and because I'm being lazy, I haven't removed the skin. But since these are large slices of ginger, we can just pick them out later when we eat the dish. Split the chilies in half, remove the seeds, and dice them. Now, we're going to set these aside and start prepping the beef. I've decided to use a ribeye steak here. Some people might think that's a waste, but I hope we have no beef with each other. Huh? Typically the advice is to cut against the grain to get layers of fat in between. Sadly though, I can never actually tell which side is against the grain, so I usually just cut it open and look for the pattern inside. So I don't want to cut it like this, but I want to cut it like this, because then you get layers of fat in between. Here we can see that this piece has quite a lot of fat, so we're going to cut it out. Don't worry, I'm not going to waste it. We'll just set it on the side while we work through the rest of the steak. Nice piece of fat over here, which we can use for cooking later. Now, if you have some bicarbonate soda, you can use a little bit. Work it into the steak and let it sit for 15 minutes. Doesn't look like there's much going on here, but make no mistake. It's going to break down the protein in the beef and make it a lot more tender to eat. While we wait for the bicarbonate soda to do its magic, we can prep our rice. And when the bicarbonate soda is ready, after 15 minutes, you can wash it off with some water. Doesn't look super pleasant, but don't worry, it will still taste good. Now, you add some cornstarch, mix it in, a little bit more cornstarch, a couple teaspoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of Shaoxing rice wine, a drizzle of sesame oil, and some ground black pepper. And just give it all a mix. If you still find it too saucy, you can add some more cornstarch. We're just gonna let the beef sit for about 10 minutes to marinate. Now, let's get the stir fry started. This is all going to happen in one wok, so trust me, it will be a wok in the park. Heat the wok until it starts to smoke. Add in the oil. I'm going for olive oil here, but to be honest, it's oil up to you what you use. Add in some of the beef fat from earlier, the onions, the peppers. You can add some water to help soften up the peppers and onions. Some people might prefer their peppers and onions a little bit more raw. I prefer them a little bit more cooked. Either way, if you're a noob like me, you can just take some out and taste it to see if the texture is right for you. Now, add in some more oil, the remaining beef fat. Throw in the ginger, the scallions, the beef, and your chilies. We're going to add a tablespoon of oyster sauce. The oyster sauce will help thicken up the sauce. A couple pinches of ground black pepper to taste.
Yeah, there you have it. Black pepper beef.
Looks pretty good.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, this channel is all about learning new cooking skills, all while starting out with very limited knowledge. So, if you want to join me on my cooking adventures, let's learn together and let me show you that if I can do it, then you can do it too. I can guarantee you that all of them will be filled with an unhealthy amount of cooking puns. So please subscribe and do stay tuned. See ya!